Rise and shine, everybody. It's time to wake and bake with Craig Reed and Griff Martin.
Hello there, this is Alan Collins, and you're listening to the
STONED Roadie Show. The STONED Roadie Show, podcast 267. Wake and Bake the Morning Buzz, episode 139. Action. Alrighty then, fellow STONED Roadie Nation, and welcome again. I feel like the Lone Ranger on this episode of the STONED Roadie Show, missing my co-host, the rocket scientist, Griff Martin, who's usually we're here with me. Besides, the lovely Kathy Godsey was here New Year's Eve, Christmas and New Year's, and that was just here Wednesday. But yeah, if you missed out and you don't know who I am, if this is the first time you're watching the STONED Roadie Show, my name's Craig Reed, aka the STONED Roadie, and since this is called the STONED Roadie Show, we might just and this probably be my last episode of like the Lone Ranger. Let's just break out this peace pipe and yeah. This is why we call it the STONED Roadie Show, because the STONED Roadie's always stoned, even on the show. You know? Oh yeah. Oh, good stems, no seeds that you don't need. Acapulco gold is badass weed. It ain't what they said, but I don't know the song for this one. So we'll just improvise a little bit. Anyways, alrighty here. Got some current events we can talk about after I take another hit off this bowl, if you don't mind. But most of you don't mind. You know, most of you just smoke along. Well, some of you, anyways, smoke right along with me. And, you know, get all immersed in the STONED Roadie Show and just interact. Probably don't cough like I do, though, because maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't know. But anyways, I wonder if any of y'all got all that fog that's been going on. I don't know nothing about that fog. I live up here in Ohio, out in the country. Kind of out in the country, but there ain't many people. It's not densely populated like some of you places are. So, yeah, they ain't messing with us. They're just whatever they're doing. They're just ain't enough people out here to see what they're doing. So they ain't messing around. But if they do, I've been talking about this camera that I bought. Look at this sucker. It's freaking big, ain't it? And let me turn it on. Oh, let me turn it on here. Look at this dang zoom lens this thing's got on it. Wait a minute here. Oh, poop. Look at that thing coming. Ooh. Look at that zoom lens. Man. I'll go back in there. There you go. Ooh. This thing's pretty cool. It don't take the very best pictures because it's not an SLR camera. But it's a kind of like an all-in-one thing, you know, as it does everything. It gets pretty good macro. You can take dang macro with it all the way down to almost nothing. And it'll take pretty good pictures of the moon and everything. So, yeah, one of them things I just had to have while all this mysterious stuff going on. I've been wanting one for a while. I went and got me a telescope like I've talked about before. But this dang thing's so doggone big, it's hard to dig out. So I can just grab that thing and go. And it's almost as good. After I get using that, I might get more into the telescope. But, oh, yeah. But the fog, yeah, people have been talking about that fog, making them sick and stuff. I don't know. I asked Kathy Godzi about it. She didn't know too much about the fog, and the fog you can't see the drones and the orbs very good. But yeah, this fog's all kind of all over the world, all over the flat Earth. It's all over the flat Earth. That's why they quit making that camera, because the telephoto lens is so good. Like I said before, they could shoot all the way across Lake Michigan and take pictures of Chicago that theoretically you're not supposed to be able to do because of the curvature of the Earth, but with this camera you can do that. So somebody, I guess, talked Nikon into quit making them, or whatever happened, but they quit making the doggone thing. So that's why I had to get me one while the getting was good. Yeah. It's a bitch when you want something and you can't get it, you know. It's out there, but you just don't have the availability to have one, huh? Dang it. Things hurt my throat this morning. Oh boy, oh boy. That's better. So I'm just gonna get it jibber jabber a little bit. Some of you said you don't mind me jibber jabber, and you just say just whatever you do is cool with us, Stone Roadie. We enjoy everything you do. Well, maybe some of you do. I knew all of you don't, but yeah, I got that damaged nose from all that cocaine. Them Lynyrd Skynyrd guys made me snort. They twisted my arm. Yeah. And then that doggone up there in New Orleans, man, that's horrible. You know, that I hate to say it, but this guy apparently, he's not from this country. He's got one of them odd names, like where he came from. But yeah, but he was actually in the army, and yeah, and in Afghanistan or something. And then this other thing that happened in Las Vegas with at the Trump Tower with that Cybertruck. I thought that was another immigrant, but heck, that was an American guy. Live right here in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio. That's 10 miles from me. It's where my sister lives. That's where I go for Christmas. He had a house in Colorado, but his mother still lives here in Cuyahoga Falls. And yeah, strange. And they say there's no connection, but you know, you know who they are, Joe and the Ho. They let all them dang people in here, and man, there's cells all over. So the next 3 weeks are going to be hell. And you can call me crazy, but 3 weeks will tell, won't it? I mean, I ain't making no predictions. It ain't gonna come soon. Come to pass here real soon. So we'll see who's crazy. But yeah, um, yeah, that's my prediction, anyways. And yeah, that's the way that goes. Weird stuff happening up there at the North Pole. You know, I've said before, you're not allowed to fly directly over the North Pole or the South Pole. And I've been over the North Pole. The pilot told me twice, we're flying over the North Pole. He was a liar. You're not allowed to fly over the North Pole. Apparently, there's something up there. You know, I don't know. I ain't gonna be too specific about it anyway. It's anything because I don't know what I'm talking about. Cause hell, I'm here in Greene, Ohio. What the hell I know about what's going on at the North Pole? You know, I've been in Alaska a few times, but that's, you know, I've been all up in Finland. You know, I've been all up in that area, but and I was supposed to have been over the North Pole, but I was lied to. You know, so but heck, I don't know what's up there. But all I know is what um, people who are supposed to know, but hell, who knows anything about what's going on these days? We've been lied to our whole life, you know, and all we do is we're all just a bunch of slaves. All we do is just pay taxes to these people, and you know, work our whole lives and pay taxes, and then die broke, and you know, they finally give you a little retirement, and you know, by the time you retire and die, you got to be maybe 10 years, you know, because all you people are so damn fat. They got you all 80% of you is obese, and you know, a lot of you think obesity, you're not obese until you're like 100 pounds overweight or something. It's only 35 pounds. 35 pounds and you're obese. It's not 100 pounds, it's 35. And yeah, 80% of you are that way. So there you go. Yeah, I don't know what happened to all your self-esteem, but you know, I got up there. I lost my self-esteem, I guess, for a little bit. Got up and lost 80, 85 pounds. I don't know. Got my self-esteem back. It's what it's got to be, man. You know, I don't, well, man, when I was fat, obese like that, I couldn't have had any self-esteem. How can you have self-esteem when you're big and fat like that? When you got self-esteem, you want to look as good as you can, don't you? That's kind of logical to me. And you know, anybody that loses a bunch of weight, the first people say is, God, they look so much better. You know, knowing that, why wouldn't you want to look better? Because you don't have no self-esteem, I guess, you know. You know what, especially women that are married over 10 years, they don't give a shit. If her husband leaves them, they'll just sue him for everything they have. They don't give a shit. You know, call me crazy. It's the damn truth. You know, it's pitiful. You know, I mean, that's one-sided, but you know, I'm kind of one-sided. Being married 5 times, I'm a little bit one-sided. Although I ain't been taken real bad by any of mine. You know, not real bad. Couple of them didn't want anything, but a couple of them did, and you know, but. You know, that's the way that goes. I always paid all the bills, and they always had whatever money they made. They had their own bank accounts, and their money was their money, and my money was our money. So yeah. So, anyways, that's the way that goes. Whatever. Boy, did you see that doggone Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction? I didn't really realize it was on for a while, and then when I turned it on, as soon as I turned it on, there was a band that won called a Tribe Called Guest. Who in the hell is a Tribe Called Guest? And they're hip hop and rhythm and blues and then the next and then Dwayne Warwick one where she really rock and roll. I mean, I'm not gonna complain about that. But then I turned it off. I got so sick of it, and then I turned it back on, and this other hip hop band was on there. I'm going, you got to be kidding me. I mean, and Peter Frampton was on. I know Peter, but he was on fine. But man, there's rock and roll band. Marshall Tucker is still not in there. Ted Nugent's not in there, and they put in there. They put a Tribe Called Guest. Who in the hell is that? I mean, you got to be joking. This is it's totally ridiculous. It's just like those guys that one guy that they're announcing that he served at Fort Bragg, the one that had the Cybertruck. They shot himself in the head, they say, and well, I shouldn't have said that. I'll probably get my monetization taken away since it's But anyways, whatever. God, you can't do anything anymore. Tell the truth, and you get yeah. But anyways, yeah, they can't call it Fort Bragg. I think it's called Fort Victory, or Fort Freedom, or Fort something. Yeah, it's not called Bragg anymore because all that changed at when that who was that guy that oh man, that all that stuff that happened when that guy stepped on that guy's neck and he ended that guy's existence. Floyd, yeah. Ever since that, they everything got racist, and they changed Aunt Jemima and changed all the forts and took all the statues down and went all crazy on us. Yeah, but whatever. That's just all my opinion. It's just, that's all that is. But anyways, we've been taking up a little fundraiser for Randall Hall here in the last couple weeks, and so far we've taken up $150 for him. We got a spiritual message from Alan asking me to donate $100 for him toward Randall, and then Donald Johnson donated 50. And I've been saying that it's pretty close to Christmas, and nobody's put anything extra aside for anything else, and they're probably trying to pay for what they bought for Christmas. But I have been getting people that write me and say, I'm gonna put something together and send it to you real quick for Randall. Some people have had some interaction with Randall, like come on, Chris Etheridge, no, Elder, God, I can't believe it. Well, anyways, God, I'm sorry, but yeah, he, I guess Randall called him one time and talked to him, and he's a pretty big Skynyrd fan and donates money all the time. Yeah, yeah, it's something like that. Eldridge, Chris Eldridge, I think is. God Almighty, I can't think of nothing today. Like every day, yeah. some guy you've been talking about me having a radio voice, and I mentioned it last week, but last week was the only time I went, yeah, I got a voice for it, but my brain's not adequate to actually do a radio show. And somebody commented, said, yeah, you got a voice for it, but you got to be able to put two words together, but I'll get to that in a minute here, but I don't even know where I was going with that, so I'll just have to continue after I take another hit off this bowl here. Oh, boy. Oh. I see some of you like that saying that Alan said, like, before you get one thin dime from me, you have to be stone blind and can't see. You'd have to swim the Atlantic Ocean and not drown, and drink 6 buckets of cat piss and not frown. Pull a baby elephant up out of the gutter and look up a country cow's ass and tell the townfolk the price of butter. And then cut your hands off above your wrist and still wiggle your fingers just like this. Yeah, Lynn said she made up a little thing, used it, and used my little ad, my Alan's joke there. Asked me if I approved of it. If not, she'd take it down. But it's okay with me. I don't care. Me no give 'em shit. No, it's all right. So anyways, yeah. I'm just going to jibber jabber and just bullshit and just do whatever. And, yeah. Oh, just be what I am. I am what I am, and that's all that I am. Oh, let me change this picture while I'm sitting here. I'm kind of like I'm in the barber shop. Some people think I need to go to the barber shop. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, anybody wants to donate to the Randall Hall Fund, there's my my email address. No, my post office box address. That's what that is. That's what you need to do there. Send it to Craig Reed, P.O. Box 442, Green, Ohio 44232. Yeah. And appreciate all you can do to help Randall. So, yeah. So let me put that back over there. All righty. Yeah, Griff will be back Monday. So he said, I called him and I said, you coming on Friday? He said, I still got stuff I got to do. I'll come on Monday. I saw he posted something. He was taking all his Christmas stuff down. I haven't celebrated Christmas. People keep asking me, did you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year? I haven't celebrated Christmas for 10 years since my last divorce, and I don't really have any family around here anymore. My sister up in Coggle Falls, but I spent the last 15 years or so with my ex-wife and with her family, but I liked them. It was cool. We had a good time. So yeah, but I haven't celebrated Christmas since that, really. Done a couple of little things for New Year's Eve. Me and Kathy Godsey did a couple of New Year's Eve things. But yeah. Yeah. Oh. Drink some coffee. I hear out of TP's mug that she sent me. TP. She's a singer for a Journey tribute band. It's called oh. So anyways. Okay. So let me change this again here. So there's my post office box. So let me see here. Oh, what's that one look like? Oh, there's Johnny pointing at me and Gary. Yeah, that's all right. So anyways, got some questions here. It's from Joe Joe Joseph Yema. Okay. Man, I'm having trouble seeing today. Joseph Yema. Craig, question for you. I know RVZ was always buried and you were still in the hospital, but I read where that Lacey and Don Barnes of 38 Special went to Mississippi and identified his body and brought him back to Jacksonville. Is this true? DVZ said RVZ never carried a wallet. Yeah, I don't remember Ronnie ever carrying a wallet either. You never see no pictures of him with a wallet in his pocket that I ever seen. I don't remember him ever carrying a wallet, you know. So, but yeah, I heard that Lacey and Don Barnes were the two that went to bring his body back. Yeah, I think that's a correct statement there. Joseph Yema and Paula O'Sullivan. We had thick fog here in Southern California, Oceanside. I can't see out the window. It's so thick for weeks now. Yeah, they say that's been happening in a lot of places. I don't know what the heck's going on. There's, you know, like I said, expect some real crazy stuff to be going on here in the next 3 weeks. I don't know. It boggles my mind. That's not hard to do, you know, because I got brain damage. At least I'm not stupid enough to be fat, though. Anyways. Kimmy Ray. Craig, how did Artemis get his arm broken in 1976? You know, I didn't remember that until I remember seeing a picture with him and his hand in a cast, and I don't think it was his arm. I think it was his hand. But he had to have the whole arm in the thing so that the hand or the wrist could heal properly. When I broke my wrist, I had to have a whole full arm cast like that. So yeah, I don't think it was the arm. I think I had to do something with his wrist. He did something to his wrist. I believe he might have flipped that. He had that hang glider for a while, and he flipped it over. I think one time, wind got him and flipped him backwards on. I think I remember something like that. I don't know. I remember he got one of those, but I don't know. That's as far as I can remember there, Kimmy. Steve Pitt, 14.48 in two bright stars. You're probably seeing the planets Jupiter to the east and Venus in the west. They are super bright out there right now. Oh, well, cool. Thanks, Steve. Yeah, I'm not real familiar with all the stars and all the constellations and all that stuff. But seems awful strange to me that if we're traveling through space at 1,000 miles an hour and rotating around the sun at light speed, the speed of light, that all those stars and constellations wouldn't still be in the same place every year unless we were just sitting still and everything was rotating around us. I don't know, that makes more sense than flying through space at 1,000 miles an hour and rotating around the sun at the speed of light or whatever it is. Yeah. And, all this stuff about the, water sticking to a round ball. That's, it's a little strange, to grasp that concept. And why don't planes fly upside down when they're at the South Pole or whatever? I don't know. I was down Australia and I wasn't upside down in the plane. I don't know. I don't know anything. I'm just as brainwashed, just the rest of you slaves out there, thinking the man went to the moon and all that crap. Anyways. Fuck no. 69. Dang, I passed out. What day is that? What is it? What year is it? Yeah, it's January 3rd, 2025. Oh boy. Oh, so anyways. Kimmy says, I really hate to say this, but all I can imagine is Craig's fat shaming and my grandmother watching Jimmy Swaggart and all the Ethiopians with swollen bellies as the kids saying they were starving and watching the women carrying water for miles. And what lush fat asses we all Americans are. Where did all those commercials go, Craig? Kimmy, you're a hoot. Abbey Road, happy New Year, Craig and Kathy. Thank you for all you do. Well, thank you, Abbey Road. Jeff HX. Hey, Kathy, what happened to the autographed Alan photo? She talked to me about me that the other day. She's working on those somehow. Yeah. I don't know what she's doing with those. Angela Lynyrd. Thank you, Craig, for being so particular about thank you, Craig, for being so particular. Don't have to be. I love you, brother, and Kathy too. Griff, Happy New Year. Yeah, I commented I was trying to do some stuff for her and I was messing up, so it discouraged me. So I quit. So she said, I don't have to be so particular with what I'm doing. I can't help it, Kimmy. It's an addiction. At least I'm not fat. Oh. Oh, I should drink some hot coffee. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Like I said, I just kind of pretend y'all are just sitting here visiting with me in the Stone Roadie studio, so I just trying to sit here, kind of be myself, and hope you can just be immersed in the whole situation here. But Man, I didn't know Robert Wheatley, the guy that we get all those cameras off of. He got a kidney transplant, yeah, it must have been a kidney transplant, and those things only last like 12 years, and his was 15 years ago. But I guess from when he was getting his dialysis, that they go through his arm, and they said that if you live over 12 years, you're going to start having problems in your arm because they do something with your vein, he was telling me. So it's been, he's 3 years over the 12 years. So he's starting to have some issues with the circulation in his hand, and his hand is all turning all dark, and he's having to go, try to get it fixed so he don't lose his hand or his, so I didn't know that was that. Yeah, that's a bitch. So our yeah, best of luck there, Robert, in your endeavor to get that done. Kind of at a loss for words on that one. All right, ban everything. I'm drinking bootleg whiskey today. Nasty stuff, but what can you do in this economy? Yeah, my neighbor, he calls himself Duke McNeil or Duke O'Neill. Duke McNeil, I think, or Duke O'Neill. I don't know which one it was. It is. He's going to come over and do a podcast with me sometime, but he gave me a bottle and the other night, and yeah, it's that stuff's a little rough on you, but yeah, it's good every now and then. But yeah, you'll like Duke's song. I talked about it once before when we were doing those Sunday morning acoustic things, but Griff thought it was a little bit crude, and it is a little crude, but I like it. So I'm probably just gonna do a Sunday morning acoustic with him. It's a song. It's called "I Freaking Hate You." It's kind of funny. Oh boy. Anyways, yeah. Ban everything. A heavy fog here in Louisiana too. I almost stepped on a bunny out in my yard because of it. Patricia Lynn. Kathy's love for Alan made her ask about Alan falling into the crowd, but there was no follow up for Leon falling. Any details in Leon's fall? I think Leon fell off stage more than once. To tell you the truth, he was intoxicated. Yeah. I don't think Alan was feeling too much pain either. That's why he kind of lost balance. Yeah, but Leon was doing it right at the end there when they brought in other bass players, because Leon was kind of not dependable. You didn't know what condition he was going to be in there some days. So they had Tim. God, come on, Craig. I can't believe it. Come in and and be there for when Leon couldn't play. And yeah, he's the one that actually took over for Leon. But man, I'm telling you what, that's how bad my head gets sometimes. Geez, that one bothers me. Um, Alan Titus. Yeah. Craig, if you watch the Alan Collins concert footage in '83, is that Deborah Watts, Debra Watts walking behind Alan after he signed signatures at the table? I don't know who Deborah Watts is, so I don't know. Michelle Levitt, Happy New Year, Craig and Kathy. Well, thank you, Michelle. So it's got cold here in Ohio in the last couple of days. It's supposed to get really cold here this whole week. That's what I drink out of this thing here. It's Chinese green tea with raw honey in it, in case you're curious. It's oolong. It don't have any caffeine in it. Oh, Carol Cat Cake Girl. Okay. Happy New Year. Enjoyed the podcast. Always enjoy a little jibber jabber and skinformation. Will be interesting to see what content we'll be having with the podcast this year. Yeah. Got a question and maybe it was answered, but I don't remember. Was anyone in the band a practical joker? Leon for sure. Yeah, I hate practical jokes. I absolutely positively hate practical jokes. Somebody that does something to somebody and gets them really upset and sits and laughs about it. I'm not fond of that that kind of joking. Yeah, but Leon, he was a kind of a practical joker for sure. Yeah. Susan McMaster, being from outside of Boston, there's no Boston there. Kathy is New Jersey all the way. Susan McMaster, Happy New Year, Craig and Kathy. Perfectionists never got anything done because nothing will ever be perfect. Enough of them. God, Tanner sounds just like his dad. Joseph Yema, Happy New Year, you guys. Kimmy, Happy New Year, Craig and Kathy. I love you both. And Griffin, Jean, and the entire damn crew. Winston, Red Cross, Happy New Year, Craig and Kathy. Great show. Kimmy, watch Jack Frost. Hope Ronnie Van Zant's playing Pretty for Heaven. Tom Garrett, to be a radio disc jockey, you have to be able to put two sentences together. Brain damage, yeah. Yeah, and normally, that's right. That's right, Tom. But normally comments like that come from fat people. But Tom's not fat. I looked at his profile. He's not fat. But you're right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Thank you, Tom. Possibly BS vapors from Trudeau. I don't know what that means. East Emmons, Esymmons, Easy Emmons, whatever. But yeah, probably BS vapors from Trudeau. I don't know. It must be from Canada. Jeff, HX61I, kind of a follow-up to my question of the fans knocking on doors and ringing buzzers. When the fellows ventured out into the public, did they ever wear disguises? And if they were recognized, did they tend to draw a crowd? No, they never wore disguises or, never, we never really never got recognized that much or, I think I talked to one time we went to a baseball game, the Mets. It was during the tribute tour, and nobody had tickets, so I went with them. And at the time, I was into mountain biking, and these cops just got these new mountain bikes, so everybody was standing around going, "Hell, how are we gonna get in? What are we gonna do?" and stuff. And I went up and I was checking out these cops' mountain bikes, and the cop come up and was talking to me, and I told him I was with Lynyrd Skynyrd, and he says, "No way." So I goes, "Yeah." So I called him over, and he got on the radio and told all the cops that we were there, and they took us in and took us down to the the jail where they kept the prisoners that they'd lock up at the ball games and stuff. When we were down there getting our picture taken in the police jail and stuff, but they put us right behind home plate. I mean, we had perfect seats. We were right behind home plate. Yeah, but that was pretty funny. But yeah. Oh, so there you go. Brian G. Craig, speaking of gifts, what member or members of the Skinner gave you super nice gifts? Alan gave me that Oldsmobile Tornado, a 1981 Oldsmobile Tornado, for my birthday. And then Gary more or less gave me the red Jeep that was Ronnie's. Him and Ronnie had that Jeep, and when I got with Rossington Collins, Gary more or less gave that to me. Yeah, he gave that to me. And then the blue coupe that I got that was Alan's. I got Gary got the Mercedes, and then he got a couple other. Oh, he got the Mercedes and the 39 Buick from Alan, and he got that other, and then he got the 32 Plymouth, and then I bought that off of him, but I think I only gave him like $2,500 or something like that for it. Yeah, and we bought those off of Larkin. So, anyways, yeah, I got some pretty cool stuff from them. Okay. Eastman's, Happy New Year's Eve to everyone. Brian Madison, Happy New Year, Craig and Kathy. Brian G. Always good to see Kathy on the Stone Roadie show. I hope all of the crew have a happy new year. Well, thank you, Brian G. All righty. Anna Arrington, Happy New Year. Samo, Happy New Year. Harvey D. Jr. Here we go, 2025. Yeah, another bundle of fun in the sun. Joey Muller, the lead singer for Sweetheart, got hit on stage by something very tall and heavy falling on him here and nearly killed him. It's on a film on YouTube. He's still singing today. The accident happened in the 90s, I think. He had a 1,000-pound lighting truss fell over him. I think he tried to climb on stage, but the truss isn't secured to the stage. The original band never played together again. His accident. Steelheart. I don't know who Steelheart was. Something I heard today, though, that what's his name? Billy Bob Thornton. Yeah, I saw him on a talk show today, and he was talking about his new role in his TV show. Something about he's an oil man or something. I don't know, but he said he used to be they announced him. They said he used to be a roadie, and he said, no, I was never a band roadie. He said I worked for he worked for a lighting company, a sound company. He said he used to work for a sound company back in the old days. Back then there was only big ones were Shoko and Tycho Bray and oh God, what was that other one up north? There was Clare Brothers, and there was oh God, I hate that. But anyways, I don't know which one he worked for, but he said the bands he worked for were oh God, I had that written down. Oh, where do I ever done that? Oh, it don't really matter. It was Prairie League and Johnny Paycheck. That's who it was. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know Billy Bob Thornton used to be a sound company roadie. That was kind of interesting. But so he wasn't a band roadie, but I guess you could call him a famous roadie, but I don't know. I don't know nothing. Danny Podesta, I love the Alan Collins introduction. I was like that. You missed that Alan Fly High Freebird. Yeah, Griff made that up. He chopped a piece off from something and then put my voice in there at the end of it. It's kind of funny. Reverend Randall, Happy New Year and God blessing to all. Laura Johnson, Happy New Year. Joe Muller, well, all right then. Well, all right. Well, dang it. That's the end of it, So yeah. I think we're just going to wrap this up. I don't have anything more to talk about. Yeah, I'm tired of playing the Lone Ranger. I need me a Tonto pronto. I need a Tonto pronto. Yeah, I always laugh at what I say, don't I? I said that the other day. Everything I say, I think I'm funny and laugh. See there? It's weird. Oh, well, I guess that's part of my mental illness, but at least I'm not fat, Thank God for that. I used to be, but, and then I got some self-respect. So, yeah, so we'll call that the end of this podcast. And, hey, I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in to the STONED Roadie show. And This has been podcast number 267. And Awake and Bake Morning Buzz 139, and the next will be 140. See, I can count anyway. All right, then we're going to call that a wrap and cut as soon as I reach down here and hit this button, like that's right here. See you later, alligator, at the wild crocodile. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep token until then. Bye-bye.